Let's meet some coaches from ICF Philippines. Every day for the entire duration of International Coaching Week, we will meet a couple of coaches who specialize in different types of coaching methodologies. Jelly is a master solution-focused practitioner and an ICF professional certified coach. Her way of coaching considers the whole person: body, mind, spirit, and emotions. A consultant at In Touch Community Services in Makati, she coaches adults through work-life issues, transitions, relationships, couples, family, and LGBTQ+ issues. Hi, Jelly. How are you?
Hi, RV. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Jelly. And I know that, you're in the field of life and relationship coaching. Your name is truly one of those names that people recall very quickly because they know that you can work wonders with them. And I'm wondering, Jelly, when we say life and relationship coaching, what does that mean?
Well, basically, it's everything to do with how we live our life, and of course, how we do relationships, whether it is couple relationship, partner relationship, family relationship, or even colleagues at work. So life is like helping people go through the different milestone in their life, different transition points, which can be like normal developmental steps, but some people have challenges moving through, let's say, going from adolescence to adulthood, adulthood to middle adulthood, different relationships along the way, getting married, crossing that milestone. Some people need a little support and help around that. So coaching is really a very valuable resource in helping people go through these milestones in life well.
I see. And when we talk about life coaching, what I'm getting from you is it could really be anything about life. They could bring that as a topic for the coaching conversation.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
correct?
definitely. It's quite wide open. Things we all go through as human beings, like even grief and loss, moving, coming to a new situation, being in a different place in your life journey. It's very helpful to have somebody to act as a sounding board or to accompany you.
I see. And given the range or the gamut of topics that they can bring, I'm
Mhm.
wondering, Jelly, how is life and relationship coaching different from the other forms of coaching that you know?
Well, I guess in terms of, let's say, like career coaching, that's definitely very, very different, or also in terms of focusing on corporate and what your mission in life is. But here, because it runs the whole range of what our lives are as human beings, I think it demands better understanding of what is human development in general. So we know what are the normal milestones and what are the transition points or areas where people might need a little help with, like going through adolescence. Midlife is another transition point where people can feel like being in limbo or in a neutral zone, or sometimes even being in between jobs. It's not just about finding the next job, but also like, how it impacts our daily life and our relationships, our families. Yeah. So I look more at that aspect. How does the transitions, even if it's a career transition, how does it impact your personal life?
I see. And I guess, Jelly, for the benefit of the people who are watching this video, because in the field of coaching, mastery is obviously something that's a big deal. And from what I know, is you're one of the very few masters in terms of solution-focused brief therapy. And I was wondering, Jelly, could you tell us a little bit about that? What is SFBT?
Solution focused brief therapy is looking more at helping the person look more at the solutions to what they want in life instead of spending a lot of time, digging around and trying to understand the problem or things that cause the problem. So with the solution focused approach, it's very, compatible, very easily adaptable in a coaching modality. So we look at what the person wants out of life, what are their goals, how would they define better? what would the ideal life look like or the ideal relationship. And so when we have those descriptions, or having somebody set their eye on what would be a good, let's say, father and son relationship, how would you like a better relationship with your family, your partner? How would you're feeling it's okay, but you want it better. There's something missing. So with solution focused coaching, we help them first define that, and then see like what are the steps that can help us get there. We affirm a lot of what the person already has, their best qualities, what are the strengths they bring with them, and then how can they leverage resources that they already have. And also begin to expand that.
I see. And thank you for sharing that, Shelly. And like anytime I get to speak to someone who's at master level in terms of coaching, I always have a lot of respect instantly. And I was wondering, Jelly, like how did you get into coaching to begin with? Could you maybe share a little bit about your journey and what led you to coaching?
Yes, I initially I was working in a big multinational company, and I enjoy the part of like helping the young managers get on board. So I was thinking when I left corporate, oh, I would like to be a coach. And so I thought the way I could do that was to go back to school and get my master's in psychology. And while I was there, I actually got involved with the counseling program. So it's actually a good foundation in terms of the relationship coaching, that I have counseling training, but I don't think it's completely necessary. What I felt was important was, of course, learning counseling, listening skills, the empathy, being compassionate and empathetic to the person. I found out for myself I had those natural abilities also, which, the counseling school helped develop. And then later on, I got training in solution-focused therapy, which quickly led to moving into coaching also. I like the solution-focused approach and coaching because it really helps us move the person forward. Instead of spending years in counseling and psychotherapy, in a short period of time, we can already help the person make progress towards what they want in life. And what I like is the person is not dependent on the coach. So we help them get back on track, activate their resources. They regain their confidence that they can do this on their own. And, maybe they just catch up with us, a few months down the road just for like a checkup. Basically, I really like it when the clients are able to feel that they can do it on their own and they're not dependent on me as the coach.
Right. I see that there are many reasons why you have gone into the specific field of being a master solution-focused practitioner. And I was wondering, Jelly, what kind of fulfillment do you get from your vocation as a life coach and relationship coach?
It's really satisfying to hear when the client says things are so much better for them from where they started. It really is, especially like here over the past year with COVID. And we started to do some sessions with our trainees, and we would get volunteer clients. And I was saying, oh, this was such a good idea, because everybody needed help at that time just to get through COVID in good shape, mentally and emotionally, and have less anxiety, be able to manage to work from home, because you're juggling family, work, and all household activities. How can you keep the relationships thriving? And I like it especially when they come up with it on their own. So that tells me that their own self-finding solution capacity has been activated, and they can find the next steps on their own.
Right. And Jelly, when you talk about solution-focused coaching, I really get a sense of how this is like a mission for you, like a life purpose. And I'm wondering, for people who want to get into this, who want to become a life and relationship coach, like what advice might you give them?
Hone your listening skills. Many people who are drawn to this, it's self-selective. So they naturally, like I was the listener in my friendship group, even in college and high school. So many people are drawn to this. We have already a natural ability to listen, to be open-minded, learning and honing our empathy skills, being able to see, understand, and like see the perspective of from that other person's point of view is important. And so self-awareness, the more that we do our own, I went through counseling and coaching myself too. So the more self-aware we are is also very important. And of course, training, getting the right kind of training. So, and you can do it in stages. No need to rush to go into a full-time program if you're still working, but definitely find a place to start, even with basic skills. There's a lot of coaching programs out there. And what I tell people who join our solution-focused training, just take one step at a time. Take the first part, the first level, attend an introductory lecture, a webinar, practice, if you learn a few interviewing skills, just practice that and see how the method proves itself. And then when you're encouraged, take the next step. Because I see with coaching and counseling, it's the seasoning also, the confidence of the person, knowing that we can handle whatever range of situations or problems present themselves to us. I think one skill also is to remain calm and to stay grounded no matter what, let's say, problem scenario the coachee or the client presents to you.
Right. So I hear the word seasoning.
Yes.
It takes a bit of time to grow into becoming a life coach. And
Right.
considering the range of issues that they might be bringing to the table, I also hear that you said, they should go through coaching themselves. And I hear that a lot, Jelly. They say that even coaches need coaches. And I suppose for someone who is very early in their journey towards becoming a coach,
Yes.
what would you say would bring about a sudden increase in self-awareness?
Yes. Right now, mindfulness, it trains you to be aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and your body sensations, which are all very good ingredients that we use to help us that help inform us in how we do the coaching. Because in a sense, we are mirroring also to the client. So it's more than just listening to the words, but also getting a sense of what's behind the words. So in the beginning, learning a structure is very important, like learning to play an instrument or a piano. So the beginning is learning the structure. I think it's better when you specialize in particular issues first, one that really you're drawn to help. Like initially, I was very comfortable with grief and loss, even as a beginning coach or counselor, because it's a natural human process that we all go through. So when you get confident with one area, then you broaden it to another area and then another. So then later I would do individual and then couples, which is another level, and then families. How do you have a session when you have like 6 people in the room? So you do it in stages. Build your competency in one area first, and then broaden it when you feel you could do more in other areas. So all the skills are transferable. And of course, getting some knowledge on particular life circumstances and issues is also very important.
Thank you very much, Jelly. You have given us a lot of food for thought. And I guess that demystifies life coaching for me, because I see that it really could be about anything, but really more about becoming a better version of yourself, maybe maximizing your full potential. So we want to thank you, Jelly, so much for spending time with us and telling us a little bit more about the kind of coaching that you do.
Yes, thank you so much, RV, for inviting me.